Right. Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Interesting fight. Let's get the microphone involved. Here we are. Right, so I watched the fight live last night / this morning. Actually, I think it was last night, but yeah. I watched the fight live and I was surprised with the decision. Now, give my reasons for that is not because I don't think Usyk deserved to win, and not because I don't think he won, because clearly he did. But I was expecting Fury to win. And I don't mean before the fight I was expecting him to win. I mean after the fight, just before they announced the decision. I just assumed, I was listening to it, and by that point I was barely paying attention. I just thought, well, Fury's probably won that, most likely. I was hyper into the fight, watching it like a hawk for the first 5 rounds. And then my pizza came. So I missed a little bit of the 6th round, I think. And then the 9th round, I think Usyk cracked Fury with a big shot and hurt him and almost finished him. I was very surprised that Fury made it through the start of the next round, because he was saved by the bell in that round, and at the start of the next round I thought Usyk, if he catches him again, I'll just go mental. He might finish him, because he looked genuinely hurt. It wasn't just a case of he was knocked down, but he was still all there, and he just got back up and was like, yeah, I just got knocked down, that's fine, let's carry on. He was really discombobulated looking. His eyes were sort of all over the place. His legs were wobbly. His whole body was just not under him. So I can imagine like his hearing and his vision was gone for a bit there. And he was just in pure survival mode. Fair play to Fury for surviving the rest of the fight after that, because most people would have been done. I think if I got hurt like that, I'd have been probably done in the next round. So fair play to Fury for his toughness there. But also, after the 5th round, I think, 4th or 5th round, I thought when Fury was leaning on the ropes and doing all this and all that stuff, and taunting and dancing and waving to the crowd, I was like, well, he's found his range. He's comfortable landing his shots. He's taken a few from Usyk, and he probably thinks, I've got this fight in the bag now. So he started playing around as a fly there. And clearly that didn't go too well for him. So I think that's, unless you're very, very confident that you're winning, maybe don't start showboating yet. Obviously Usyk won the decision. I was surprised by that, because I think the last 3 rounds after the first minute of the 10th, when Usyk didn't finish Fury and then the fight leveled out again, I was only half paying attention, so I will have to re-watch the fight and try and score it round by round. But my initial thoughts straight away after the bell went for the last round was Fury's won. A decision, a close decision, but it just seemed like, because he won the first, I don't know if he won all of the first 5 rounds, but he won majority, I think probably 4 of the first 5. I will have to rewatch it, so don't jump all over me. But in my opinion, I think the first 5 rounds was mostly Fury. It was all Fury. The next few, I seem to remember, I think it was like slightly more towards Fury. But then the 9th round was definitely a 10-8 for Usyk, because, I mean, I know he didn't knock him down, but if the ropes weren't there, he'd have been in the crowd And if the bell didn't go, he probably would have knocked him out. So Usyk got a 10-8 there, in my opinion. And then after that, I mean, even if Usyk won the next 3 rounds, it could maybe be very close, possibly a draw. I don't know. Like, depends how you score them. But on the whole, I just thought Fury probably would have won it. When they announced Usyk, I was very shocked. Mostly because I didn't think Fury was going to be beaten when he was in this good of shape. Not to say that I think Usyk's bad or anything, or don't think he's good enough to beat Fury. He's clearly very good because he's undefeated champion and he's beat Anthony Joshua twice and he's beat a lot of other good fighters. The interesting thing will be the rematch. Now, it's probably not going to happen for a long time. But I think in the rematch, if Fury decides not to do his showboating and takes the fight a bit more seriously, not to say that he didn't, but when he's actually in there, then he should be able to win. However, also think now that Usyk knows he can take Fury's power, because he did get hit hard to the body, I think he will be more confident going into the next fight than Fury will. So I would like to see that fight again. It's a shame it wasn't a finish, because when fights are close and they go the distance, I'm a little bit like, maybe we should give it a draw. If it's very, very close, I mean, personally, I think split decision fights is probably going to be a really controversial opinion now. People are going to say, you don't know fuck all about fighting or boxing or anything. It's just an opinion. Relax. But I think if it's a split decision, that means it's so close that professional judges couldn't agree on who won. So therefore, I think that should be a draw, because it means, say there was 5 judges, for example, 3 think Usyk won, 2 think Fury won. The opinion of one judge might be slightly swayed. So I think if they can't all agree, it should be a little bit like a jury. If it's not unanimous, it should be a draw. So, and then they can redo the fight if there's any issues. But I mean, the politics of boxing, judging and stuff is a little bit iffy anyway. But yeah, I enjoyed the fight. I thought the fight was very good. I wasn't paying 100% attention to it. I was at the start. I was locked in. But after 5 rounds, I did sort of reside myself to thinking, well, Fury's pulling ahead now. He's clearly starting to win rounds and do damage. Usyk was looking a little bit frustrated. Like he wasn't able to get past the long reach of Fury, and when he did, he was getting uppercutted. And I just thought, well, I'll sort of half pay attention for the rest of the fight, because it's probably just going to be Fury slightly winning every round, and then it'll be a decision to Fury. But then in the 9th, Usyk did a lot of damage, and then I was interested again. I was like, 10th round. And then after about a minute, I was like, he's sort of got his head back, so it's probably going to be another 3 or 4 boring rounds. But yeah, I don't know about the scoring. Like I say, I will have to rewatch it, but I'm not saying I don't think Usyk did deserve to win. Clearly he did, and they're both tremendous fighters, but I do want to see a rematch. And people are shitting all over Fury now, saying, he was never as good as anyone thought he was, and he's crap in it. He's not. Usyk is just that good. He got halfway through the fight, he was struggling, and he readjusted, and he managed to win. So, there you go. Usyk is now the best boxer on the planet. seemingly. See you later.